has to make rules, man.
Yep, she should
Yeah,
die.
she also can't do things.
She can't? Oh, she has done things.
She showed up as the result of a failed roll. It normally does. Okay, so we come back.
Yeah, I only
Let me-
failed because my party decided to piss on my fucking face. My dad.
It's never the person who fails the roll who gets screwed over. That's the problem.
Yeah, that is the problem.
It's nice, isn't it, though?
No, it's not.
No,
it's
it's not.
It's
I
awful.
want to get fucked over if I screw up. I don't want to get fucked over when other people
So where
because
were
I
we?
don't make a lot of rolls, and
Are we back?
over and
Yeah.
can't do shit.
Liz is shooting Mimi right now. I believe someone
really?
wanted to interfere
No.
with that.
No, I rolled hot to paralyze her.
Oh,
Because-
paralyzer. Yeah, that
Yeah.
works then, right? That
Yeah,
just
I will.
happens.
I will not interfere with her role to defuse the situation.
Oh!
That's what Sherman is trying to do as well.
Oh, Sherman, how nice of you to not interfere with your party.
So I'm like dodging these like blows, and
This
I'm
is
like,
said from someone who's actively
Whoa.
punching someone to death. Like,
so I think maybe he's like punching shit, and I'm like dodging punches, and then I do the thing where it's like he's about to fucking get me like right in the face, and I just do the like grapple, like try to get in close so he can't get like a big blow, and I'm like,
It turns into
just
a
like-
hug.
I'm just like, don't kill me, don't kill me, I just can't, I have to go. It's like you can't imagine. And I kind of like try to like get my eye to like catch his eyes, and I'm like, what if Liz asked you to stop driving? And I'd like
Liz
to,
wouldn't because she's not a dumb shit like you are, mate.
I want to try to manipulate him into seeing the situation that, like, for me, being in the Matrix or in the Maelstrom, now you got me doing it,
Catching up.
is like driving, is like my.
I mean,
driving.
do you need to manipulate him for that? I mean, so yeah.
I think
let
so.
me-
He's trying to kill me.
Well, that would be manipulating him to not kill you, which is not the same thing.
can Sherman chime in and try to like calm down Gaza?
Well, here's the question. Gaza, he's like, don't kill me. I can explain it. Will you accept his explanation, or does he need to roll for this?
Well, let's see what he has to say first.
Yeah. Okay. So if I like have a minute, and I'm just like,
Because if it makes sense, Arthur, I
Yeah.
will accept it. But if it doesn't, and it doesn't make sense to Gaza, you're going to have to truck and roll for it because
Yeah.
otherwise
So I'm
shit's
like-
going down.
I'm like, it's not like a casual thing. It pulls at me, my mind. It pulls at my mind, and the information. It's like free knowledge. So much power. I can't stay away. I would if I could, but you understand. It's like I cannot. And yeah, I'm just like trying to explain that it's like I broke my promise, but it's like I had no choice, and it'd be like
Because you're like a drug addict.
he couldn't stop driving even if you wanted to, and I can't stop going to the Matrix.
Oh,
and-
no, I could walk away
Okay.
from the fucking building if I wanted to, but I'm not going to because I'm not a fucking drug addict like you are, mate.
But
Whoa,
do you
that sounds like
accept his
exactly the
explanation?
explanation that
yeah,
drug
do you
addict
accept
would
the
use.
explanation and end the hostilities here or not, Gaza?
Well, the whole reason we're fighting is not because I want an explanation as to why you went back into the thing. The explanation is I'm after is why the fuck you tried to manipulate my mind.
Oh, like, yeah, and then I'm just like, I just wanted you to understand. Like, I just want you to see.
Sherman.
So
says
your
that-
explanation is why don't I also jam you with heroin to see whether or not you like it so that you can understand why I like it. That's fucking
Well, I guess the
dumbest
original
thing
reason
I've
was
ever
so
heard.
that you could see, because you were just like, what's going on, right? And then
No,
I just tried to
I
shove you in
said-
the Matrix.
Okay, so this whole
Or
thing
the
started because you were like, I basically said to you, I want an explanation as to why you went back in, and then you said, "Let me show you," and then you tried to do some mind thing, and then I'm
Yeah.
like, "No," and then you hurt me because of it, and then or your mind bending buddy jumped in, and now we're in this situation. So.
You jumped in after.
So if you wanted to escalate the situation, you fucking did it by hurting me. So now you gotta de-escalate from me hurting you
All
to
right,
get.
so I will. Yeah, I just want to see if, like, through my, like, confusing ramble, if it's, like, enough to just manipulate you. Because I think that normally you wouldn't really take that. Like, it wouldn't be enough to
Okay.
convince
So-
you that, like,
All
oh
right.
yeah, that's okay for you to go inside my brain then.
All right, let's do
Like,
the
my
manipulate.
logic is very Henrik-centric, right?
I'm not going in your fucking brain, mate.
I know.
Use your
Yeah.
words. Use your big boy words.
He did, and now he's going to manipulate you with them. Make the roll, and then Sherman has something he wants to step in and say.
Okay, so just to let you guys know, this is at a -3.
Wow.
And I
Yeah, you
roll a
failed
3.
horribly. Okay.
You got a 0.
No, that includes the minus.
Yeah.
It was a natural 7.
Okay,
Okay.
so yeah, you're talking. You're trying to manipulate Gaza. Gaza doesn't buy any of your bullshit. It just
So yeah,
doesn't make
I'm like,
sense to him.
like while I'm like saying this, I was like, trying to avoid the punches and had like trying to do the like boxer hug thing to avoid the blows.
Yeah, so you're literally hugging Gaza this whole time, talking to him, and then you feel someone grab your hair, Henrik, and pull you out of that hug. It's Hades, and he's just like brushing you off and like, Henrik, I don't know that I've ever seen you like this.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I think I try to like he pulls me away, and I just try to like,
Oh
jump,
yeah, who's Captain Stiff Dick
jump
over
behind
here,
him.
Do I shoot that guy?
huh? Liz, what do you think of all this bullshit?
So Liz is currently holding Mimi, so Liz can't do anything at the moment.
Yeah, Liz is...
Sure, I
Liz-
can.
Yeah, she
I
can,
mean, you can
fucking
release
shoot a
me.
gun without looking at where she's shooting. Come on,
Do you
man.
really want to be on the receiving end of that rocket?
Aren't you standing right next to that guy that she would be shooting at while not?
Here's the thing. I'm perfectly capable of taking a rocket in the face. I don't know about
Oh,
anyone
yeah, I guess
else.
so. Well, I might lose a couple of my gang members.
So
like
here's the
me.
problem: Liz is also a gang.
Yeah.
So
Oh, so she'll do harm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Liz
Yeah.
cancels your gang.
yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, I have
I'm
more
not a
weapons than just that, and
Either way, Sherman
Either
is going
way,
to point
I'm not-
to the white suit behind Henrik, look
Yeah.
at Gaza, and says, "Listen, I am very sure that Henrik is very sorry. Henrik, say you're sorry. Gaza, we have bigger problems right now. Put your goddamn butthurt behind you, and let's get on with this."
When he
You
says
need to
Hen-
shut your fucking mouth, mate, because
I
you're
am
only in
gonna
this situation because I dragged
roll
your fat ass across the fucking countryside
to manipulate.
in my goddamn car.
I missed my manipulate.
Oh man, did you just
Yeesh.
roll?
I
Who were you
rolled-
trying to manipulate?
I was trying to roll. I was trying to manipulate Gaza, unless
Oh,
Henrik wants
shit.
to help.
You keep
well,
failing.
I was trying to interrupt, but like, yeah, when you say Henrik, say you're sorry, there's like a very quick, like in between his next that word and the next, like I'm sorry, like very short. Like,
Is that going to be a?
so would that be enough for an aid roll?
Sure.
2d6. What's my hex? 2.
I can tell you definitely don't want to fail this.
Yeah.
Fail.
see,
Awesome.
Oh
now,
Jesus.
now what's going to happen is the fact
My-
that they fail 3 rolls in a row is going to fuck over everybody.
So
fucking-
Hades turns around after dusting off Henrik, and like you're all trying to manipulate each other, and Hades is just like, please, Gaza, do you really want to hang around with pathetic cretins like this? And then like you start hearing voices coming out of the air, Gaza, and you hear Henrik and Sherman talking about what it would take for them to abandon you, and Sherman's like, not very much. And Henrik's like, well, what was it that you said?
I
If
said
he hurt
if
Sherman.
he hurt Sherman, I would leave.
Yeah, and Hades is like, it seems that your friends aren't very loyal to you, Mr. Gaza. Perhaps it's time to take your bilby and leave. As a matter of fact, I believe I could aid you in getting this aircraft working again.
Oh, yeah, and who the fuck are you supposed to be?
He reaches a hand out towards you and says, the name is Hades.
You look like a fucking mascot for a fucking French fried chicken place, mate. Hope you're aware of that.
And I
Thank
like
you.
say I'm like he is the Maelstrom, and I'm like just backing away from him.
He's
in,
still
like, terror.
holding a hand out toward Gaza.
Yeah, I shake it.
Okay. It's like, I'm going to shadow run this. it's like shaking the hand of a boneless ham. There's like nothing but meat there. There's like no bone. It's like you're shaking the hand of someone who doesn't know how to handshake.
Yeah, and then I'm like, he's not real, right? He's not real. Like asking Gaza.
You can feel him, Gaza. I mean, it's a flimsy handshake, but it's real.
I say to him, "Look, I'm gonna leave these stupid cunts anyway. They're addicts. They're ruining everything. So I tell you what."
Hades is like, you have no idea, Mr.
Oh, I
Gaza."
think I have some idea. I mean, I don't know if you've seen all of this, but this is because of those two fuck knuckles.
I think you like gesture around yourself, and
Yeah.
like in the background we hear Electric Avenue suddenly like go from very low levels to very high levels. Yeah, and like the city is disassembling itself as the circle of nanomachines is pulling closer.
I tell you what. You drag that ragamuffin out by his fucking head and these two knob jockeys, and I'll drive this fucking plane out of here, and you
Who
won't
are
ever
the
see me again.
like who are you gesturing to? Sherman, Henrik,
Mimi and
Mimi?
Sherman.
Mimi,
Yeah.
you want Mimi and Sherman. You want to leave Henrik.
No, drag Henrik and these two
Sherman
knob jockeys
and
out of the
Mimi.
plane,
Okay.
and then we'll be out of your hair.
Well, the second move I have available will separate them, so yeah. Like, he just grabs all three of them and just like grabs you and pulls you out. There's really nothing to happen. He's just way stronger than you.
Okay.
So I walk over to the
Is that?
I walk over to the button to lift up the back of the thingy, and I push it, and I'm just looking at you, and then I just do this.
All right, and
And
then
then it closes.
all right, I'll spend my last
two
hold
hold.
on it.
You
Yeah,
have two
like-
hold
two
that
hold.
you're going
You're-
to instantly convert to harm.
You're gonna spend both of them on Gaza?
I can only spend them on Gaza.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
gonna use both of them?
You just do boom, boom. And
Yeah, I just double it back up.
Alright, Gaza, you take 2 more harm, which I think puts you
I
at
shoot
9
them with a
o'clock.
rocket launcher.
Wow, okay.
Wait. Why do you shoot us with a rocket launcher? Because I harmed him?
Yes.
I did it with my
This
mind.
happened, I'd like to point out.
Yeah. I just go like this, and like 2 nosebleeds come out of his fucking.
Actually, it's his eyes and his ears that are bleeding.
okay.
Yeah, I see that and I shoot.
Who are
Like
you
the-
shooting specifically? You have to pick somebody. They're all
I
three.
have-
They're all 4 of them together: Hades, Mimi, Henrik, and Sherman.
And I have a rocket launcher.
Area, right?
Yeah, but you have to shoot at one person in particular.
Oh, for
Okay.
It's area. If whoever you hit, it's gonna. But
Mimi, I hate her the most.
and interestingly, Mimi can't fight back. Would anyone like to interfere with this roll?
Yeah.
I'll aid that shit if
Okay,
possible.
do it. Both of you can roll.
All right.
How are you doing this? How are you
Um,
interfering? How are you aiding?
Actually, no, I
Uh,
probably wouldn't be able to if I'm getting mind bended. So
I do a very energetic hip thrust.
What?
In the same vein as the guy that I met earlier in the series. It's just enough that it'd be like, what the fuck? And
You're just turning Les on. So
Exactly.
Possibly.
That's what he's trying to do. All right, roll your manipulate or aid. Bullshit.
I mean, if I
Interfere.
can manipulate her, into
No,
not-
you're rolling interfere. Don't
Yep.
don't use your fancy words against me. Okay.
All right.
All right, Liz, you roll at a -2.
okay.
Gaza, I heard that
Okay.
you were going to be.
no, not if I'm getting mind bended right now because you fucks are crazy.
Nope.
Oh God. All right.
Did you roll like one?
We're still getting dragged by what's his name though, right?
Yeah, but I still have enough autonomy over my bodily functions to do a hip thrust.
Yeah, no, all like he's already dragged you out, and now that you're like free of it, Liz fires the shot.
Okay, so I'm like basically on the ground when she fires it, trying to stand up. Like
Let me.
I just
think
want to
about
have like
this.
I'm pretty sure he like drops us. I like do the double flip off, and then like Liz is like, "Oh really?" Like it's like 1 flip off, 2 flip offs, and then like the
No,
launcher.
it's more like I see blood coming out of Gaza, and I'm like,
Right, but if the scene didn't catch that, it would just look like it escalated very quickly.
Okay. Liz. Here's what can happen here. All right. So as you're firing the gun or your rocket rifle,
Launcher.
like you're seeing it happen in your mind's eye. If this hits, it will almost certainly. It's definitely going to kill Mimi. It will almost certainly kill Henrik, and it might injure Sherman. But the blast is also going to damage that door, and it's not going to close properly, and that's going to let them shoot back. Are you okay with that happening?
Well, they're going to be up against two gangs. So. I don't know.
Yeah, but you also forget that you are now firing rockets at Hades. The very essence of the psychic maelstrom.
I have no idea who Hades is.
No, we don't know who that is.
You've never
Yeah.
told them.
Well, I know.
right.
I told him
Nobody's-
that. I
Actually,
mean,
Henrik told him.
I
yeah,
did. I
but
said
Henrik's a
that guy's
lunatic.
the psychic
Henrik's an
maelstrom.
addict, man. Are you kidding me?
Hendrix crazy.
Yeah.
That's what they all say, but they're all right, I guess.
Yeah, and you just tried to fry Gaza, who I think we've firmly established Liz kind of likes.
So, I mean, if you want to go through with this, you can, but it's going to result in some bad shit happening for you.
It's up to you. It's your choice.
Let's make it sail over their heads and be a nice. And I'll just
Impact
shout,
on the suburban housing behind them.
yeah.
Wilhelm scream from the only guy in there.
I feel like
But there's people around, right?
I feel like there's probably a koala, like
I
walking
don't
down.
bring koalas into this, Arthur.
Nope,
Don't
it
do
happened. It happened. Liz is a koala murderer. So like you fire it at
joke's
Mimi,
not
and Mimi is like seeing this happen and like gets out of the way. It sails over her shoulder and continues down the street. And there's this koala moving ultra slowly like a sloth across the street, and it just hits it.
Koalas
Everywhere.
actually move pretty quickly, but all right.
Yeah,
I'll
but
buy
this
that.
one's moving slowly.
It was in
'Cause it's
slow
drunk.
It's
motion.
in slow
It's
motion.
slow motion.
Super drunk.
I was thinking maybe he thought he was hitting Mimi, but she looks rather koala-like, and then it wasn't until afterwards that he
No.
realized he missed.
Nope. Sherman Williams. I believe you owe me something.
What do you mean?
You have a worse outcome, hard bargain, or ugly choice.
Oh, his because he got a 7 on his thing.
I feel like I don't even have to do this, right? You've been separated from your workspace.
Yeah,
So,
that's pretty
No,
bad.
you still got to do it. That was all RP, man.
all
You
right.
gotta make it happen. I'm literally dead, almost. I'm gonna have to take a disfigurement or some shit.
You have 900. Well, I mean, you and Henrik are at the same level of injury.
No,
All
what
right.
do I have? What?
You have-
How many did I
don't
take
you,
from?
Don't you have 9 o'clock harm?
No.
No,
Did
you
not-
don't?
I didn't take more, did I?
Nope.
I thought he failed his roll, right?
You did.
So I had 6 at the beginning,
Oh,
but then I
well,
went
then
back to 3.
Then you're down to 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know that this is the first time for PvP in the series, but it's definitely
Well, drawing blood.
the one
Right.
where they pile drived it on. It's been stacking up. Okay. I need to offer you a worse outcome, hard bargain, or ugly choice. And you are attempting to mess with Liz. All right, Sherman. This is what happens. You have a choice here. You can like stumble and fall off of the aircraft and deal yourself 1 armor-piercing harm, or you can like get caught as the door is coming up and basically be alone on the aircraft with Gaza and Liz.
I have a feeling that for me to actually help in any way, shape, or form, I'm going to need the contents of my workshop. So I am going to stay on the airplane with Gaza and Liz,
Who are actively trying to kill you. Awesome.
who are actively trying to kill me.
All right.
And I am going to be making
No,
as
I'm not.
many deals as I can.
All right,
I'm
so-
not actively trying to kill you. I'm actively trying to kill Hendrik and Mimi.
all right. Well,
So
here's
wait,
what
I'm
happens.
not
like-
entirely sure what was the worst option there.
And the aircraft closes with a thud, and it's Gaza, Sherman, and Liz on the inside, and Henrik, Mimi, and Hades on the outside. And in the background, Electric Avenue is still playing, and the city is still disassembling itself. It looks like there's only a few minutes before that wave of nanomachines rolls over you. I don't know.
right.
So the door's closed?
Yes.
I am going to appeal to Gaza and Liz and say, this is all manner of fucked up. Let me just get my workshop out of the back of your Bilby and let me get out of here.
No!
Guys,
You leave right now, or we will murder you so fucking hard, man. And this is like...
So
right now,
curiosity,
Gaza is covered in blood from his eyes and his ears and his nose.
Yeah.
He's just like dripping.
Gaza never did a harm roll.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, you do need a roll for taking...
So what do I do for that?
2d6
I'm at
plus 2.
9 o'clock harm right now?
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
you're fine.
Lucky rolls. All right. He's literally denying me the workshop.
This is my workshop.
You have any fun? This workshop is tainted with the maelstrom. You really want to?
I'm gonna walk over to him. I'm gonna walk over to him. I'm gonna grab him. I'm gonna slam him up against the wall, and I'm gonna hit the button again
What's the button?
to open the door.
to open the door.
Okay. Yeah, the door starts opening.
I'm just gonna be reloading that rocket launcher.
Oh, that's... Yeah, I was going to say, you know, you have to have a narrative action to do that. So, yeah, that's what you spend your time doing. You chuck another...
Yeah, and I'm trying to... I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm trying to get closer
I'm
and
also
observe
going
the,
to seize by force. No, go aggro here.
thing.
I'm gonna go aggro
And you're going aggro on Sherman?
on Sherman, and I say
Okay.
either you leave either you leave as you are now, the fat fucking backstabbing piece of shit that you are, or you leave as a corpse. And then the
Okay.
door slowly slows down.
So the question, if you're going aggro, Sherman has to not have a weapon and not want to oppose this.
I think I have to not have a weapon, right?
Well, you can... I mean, you can fight with your fists,
Yeah.
and you probably have weapons on you. The question is, are you willing to fight it out with Gaza?
Probably not. Between
Okay.
Gaza and Liz,
Then he
there's
can
no
go
chance.
aggro.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
roll your go
I
hard.
am definitely interfering with this, by the way.
Go ahead. Ow.
I am trying to appeal to his senses and say that he has
There is no senses left, man.
I mean, honestly, do you really
That's why
want
he'll
all
fail
of that workshop shit in the back of your Bilby at this point?
It doesn't belong
Every-
to you anymore, man.
Maybe, but it's...
You
it is
threw that
course-
away when you threw everything
is.
away.
You, if you want to keep all that shit, fine, but it is all tainted with the maelstrom.
Oh yeah, no. It's just not going to be yours anymore.
Okay.
Like, I
I'm
can get
still
new
interfering.
weirdos that aren't as weird.
I'm still interfering, trying to
Okay.
appeal to his reason.
Yep.
All right, then let's hear it. You can't just
He
roll it up.
He did roll it. I mean, he said it. He's trying
That's-
to appeal to you.
That is
Yeah.
so weak. That is so
Maybe.
weak.
But my character was very persuading.
Yeah, sure. In this weird world where rolls mean more than role play, so fine. So what does that mean, Arthur?
You
What,
roll
negative
at a
6?
minus... No. What? You roll at a -2.
Then what's
on
the
your
plus
go
10
hard.
for? You got a plus 10.
No, he got
got
a
a-
10.
Yeah, you got a perfect roll. So does that mean he gets extra fuck around?
No.
No, yeah,
That means there's no consequences on his end.
Yeah,
He doesn't explode.
I don't explode, and you roll at -2 for going aggro.
All right. -2. Do I get my car's ability?
You're not
Arthur?
behind the wheel.
This fucking game. Yeah, once again, fucked over because of this fucking bullshit game.
I mean, I don't think it's the bullshit game. You're a driver,
Don't you-
so
aren't
you're
you
more
still-
powerful behind a wheel. I mean...
No, it's bullshit that he supposedly knows me better enough to make me stop him from getting into the back of the car, even though he's completely backstabbed me constantly.
I mean,
in this
he's
episode.
not getting behind the car, right?
No, he's getting what he wants from me, even though I don't want him to get what he wants.
It's
because
he's
he
not
rolled a
because
hex
of this
roll.
roll. He's not getting anything from you.
He's just
You're
not
just
getting...
not. You're just not putting a gun to his head and saying,
I had
"Do
no
what I want or
gun.
die."
I was going to punch the shit out
Yeah.
of him.
Your-
Your fist is stronger than most
than
guns.
most people's guns, so...
Exactly.
You're not putting your fist to his head and saying, "Do what I want or else." You hesitate, you flinch, you just don't do it, and in the process, something happens.
Of course, the Bilby gets fucked up, no doubt, because I failed my roll. That's exactly what's gone through your head.
No,
Only
no.
because you said
Can I
it.
just point out I haven't
Nope.
failed a single roll in this entire game? It's only because of this fucking bullshit interaction hex shit that I failed rolls.
Well,
Let's just put that out there.
well, let's look at it another way. You've been the driver in your car for most of the game, so you've been getting +2 to almost every roll.
I've been out of the car a lot of the time as well.
Before you get too hard there.
I mean, this game today. I'm not talking about the entire time.
I was just looking at the rolls. Pretty good.
By the way, I think I level up.
Okay.
And this is my 6th one, so...
Sherman, what do you have on you currently in your inventory?
I think I've been attaching cables. I probably have my armor on me, and I don't think I have any. I probably grabbed an assault rifle at some point when I was trying to get the
Is that the only weapon you have on you?
I think that's the only one available.
Yeah, I think that Gaza is like trying to threaten you, and he's holding back, but in the process, he either grabs or like somehow loosens your hold on this thing, and it clatters away onto the floor out of reach.
Okay.
So you're now weaponless again.
I want
to hear from Liz, because right now what's happening is the aircraft is reopening. Mimi has 2 gigantic guns and is pointing them at Liz. Henrik is standing there doing who knows the fuck what.
No, I was just running towards the thing that's in the crater.
Oh, you're running towards the Artemis?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just gonna.
All right.
I'm like, oh, hey there again. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you again. Hey, would you do me a little bit of a favor and not move? Thank you very much. Now I'm going to shoot you in the face.
So
you're paralyzed.
That's not how that move works, but
Yeah, it is.
It is.
I thought it was while you're not doing anything and making uninterrupted eye contact. But as soon as you do anything else,
Yeah,
it
as
breaks.
soon as you do anything else, you break it.
Eye contact. Eye contact is all it says. I just maintain eye contact, smile, lift my gun, and pull the trigger.
Okay. Go ahead and make a roll.
Boom. You must have leveled up almost at this point again. Holy
Yep.
shit.
Tell me what options you'd like to take. You get 3
That's a
of them.
perfect roll, by the way.
Yeah. So, definite hold, little harm, terrible harm.
Okay.
I don't really need to impress anybody at this point.
All right. You're rolling
What?
2d6 plus 0, and this is just from general, like you're firing a rocket and things are exploding and she's dead. Yeah. You
Finally.
shoot a rocket at Mimi, and I think maybe you turn around when you hear this like Henrik, and then there was a Mimi and now there's not. And what's interesting is like there's an explosion of blood all around Mimi, but Hades continues standing there throughout it all, and there's like no specks on him at all. It like the blood just passes through him.
Why am I rolling 2d6, by the way?
So wait, the blood
Free harm roll.
is on the other side of where he was standing
Yes.
on the ground.
Yes. It just passed right through him.
Okay.
But I'm not suffering any harm.
Yes. You that's why you're rolling plus 0. And
But he didn't get hit at all. I didn't understand why
he
needs to
did.
roll.
Okay, so it's not necessarily that you're being shot. It's just like part of the fight, right?
Oh.
So,
Okay.
you're firing a rocket launcher, and one of the options I'm taking is you lose your grip on it. It's just too powerful for you to keep your hand on it.
Okay. Makes sense.
And you miss noticing something important.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah. We have little control over any of this stuff that happens during
So-
harm rolls. So.
All right.
We
So
have-
Arthur, at this point, I think with Gaza's failed roll, am I able to get free from his grip?
Yes. What do you want to do?
Is there anything that I can grab from my workshop that will be useful? Like literally
You have to
just
get
a
past me,
single
mate.
thing, and well, I mean that's what I would be wanting to do. Like, do I need
Roll
my
under
entire
fire.
workshop, or do I need to just grab one thing? Can I grab like? my workshop in a backpack thing that lets me do any of my workshop moves?
No.
Okay.
I mean, we established fairly early on that your workspace would be the Bilby. And I was very clear about it. I was like, would you like to put it in a separate truck? And you were like, no.
Yep. And right now, Gaza is a 3-harm gang, so probably has 2 armor against me.
A lot more than that.
Does he? Like
he has
not behind the
4.
wheel.
I have 4 armor.
That's 4 armor.
Yeah, I have 2 from being a gang, 1 from wearing armor, and 1 from being a daredevil.
1 from being a gang. Gang gives you 1 armor.
Yeah.
Did you take the... You had something else that gave you
I had daredevil
armor, though.
Yeah, and I get 2 from daredevil.
Yep. That's where it is.
Mm.
You have been throwing yourself pretty recklessly into this situation.
Yeah.
All right, I'll tell you what. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to act under fire, and I'm going to go grab the assault rifle that I used to prop up the Bildy and run out the back of the truck.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
I feel like these are 2 roles here. I feel like that is do something under fire and then it's seize by force on top of that.
I'll accept that, actually. That's pretty logical.
Okay. This is me doing something under fire. And succeed partially.
I am going to interfere.
Go ahead. How are you interfering?
I'm in front of him.
Yeah, blocking him, like he just said.
Yeah, you're going to physically block him then?
Absolutely. I want him out of my goddamn aircraft. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
So this is at a -1, I believe.
Yeah, let's do it.
Boom! Get fucked.
Okay.
-2.
That fails, and you're under some sort of threat, Gaza, and Sherman.
I think I fail.
It's a move, yeah. So let me think here.
God, I think these rules actually work better for PvP than anything else we've been doing.
Yeah.
Has anyone actually dealt harm to another player yet? You have?
Yeah.
Yeah, have you been marking your hex, Henrik, when you've been dealing harm?
No.
Yeah,
No.
you've been gaining hex with Gaza.
So I have +3 now.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Yeah, doing harm against people. For every harm you inflict or harm you heal, you gain a hex.
That is so dumb, it hurts.
Well, I think you're both going to exchange each other a harm as a result of Sherman's failure. So you're both going to bump into each other and deal 1 AP to each other.
Okay.
So both of you...
AP for bumping into each other?
Yes. So you both gain 1 hex with each other.
Yeah, but I also fucking... If I knew I was going to take fucking harm from just blocking him, I probably wouldn't have done it, because I'm at, like, 10 o'clock now, whatever the fuck.
You are bleeding from the eyes, and you are physically standing in front of someone trying to do something. You had to know that damage could happen.
Yeah, I'm also a guy who's got 4 armor, and you're telling me blocking him is like him somehow getting around my massive body and armor and, like, what, slapping my testicles till they hurt? Like, what's going on here?
I feel like him kneeing you in the crotch when you try to block him would be an acceptable...
Well, in that case, Arthur, I would suggest that you apply all of the gang damage to my IAP as well.
So, I'm using the move trade harm for harm. So, you're both trading 1 harm.
But does that escalate because I'm a gang?
No. It's literally
his move.
I love how the rules are just like...
because it's my move.
Sometimes it doesn't work.
It's not... You're not dealing the damage.
But we're trading harm with each other. If he's kneeing me in the nuts, I'm slacking him in the face or something. Like, isn't that how it works?
I think it's probably the armor around your crotch is breaking his kneecap.
This fucking game, I swear to God. All right, fine. I'm at 10 o'clock now.
Actually, I'm confused what your issue is here, Dave. You've literally beat the shit out of Sherman. Your team has killed Mimi. You have an aircraft, and the Bilby is safe. No one has harmed it this entire episode.
Well,
this is a great situation for you. And Sherman and Henrik are off the back of your...
No. Henrik is off. He's still got
So here's what happens, Arthur. He hits me in the nuts, and I get a disfigurement. That's what happens here. I hope you're aware of what that fucking means.
Well, what
Wow.
disfigurement would you like to take?
That's what that means.
An appropriate one.
Broken. Definitely broken.
Yeah, I can't have kids. All right, I don't give a fuck.
That's not what that means. But...
He kicked me in the nuts. What does that mean?
Oh, God. All right.
You see my problem now, all right? Him kneeing me in the nuts with my full armor on is enough to disfigure me. This is where it breaks down for me, because it's like, it doesn't make any fucking sense that he's able to do that much damage to me through
Here's
an
the question. What do you guys want to do now?
I am going to probably jump out the back of the plane. I will forego
Okay.
my workshop.
Does anyone want to interfere with that in any way so that...
Am I able... Well, he just did a roll. Am I able to do my roll in exchange?
Wait, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
I'm gonna fucking punch him in the face.
Okay, so it sounds like you're attempting to seize him by force.
Yes,
No.
I'm
And
absolutely gonna seize him by force.
Then I will absolutely interfere with this roll.
All right, let's do it.
All right, there's my interfere. I fail.
Right.
All right. What would you like to pick, Gaza? Sherman, you're currently unarmed, right? So you
Yes, I am.
you are a 1 harm, which means no matter what happens, Gaza shifts it down to a 0.
Wait, what does that mean?
What do you mean?
That means you because Gaza has armor and you're punching him with 1 harm. There's absolutely no way for you to deal any harm to him.
I'm doing damage to him, though.
Right, but he also deals damage back.
Yeah, so I can't do harm back.
What I'm saying is you don't need to choose the suffer little harm option.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because no matter what, you're taking 0 from this.
Take definite hold of it, and you do inflict terrible harm.
Okay. So you're a gang that deals 3 harm, and you're dealing terrible harm, so you deal 4 harm to Sherman.
Yep. Mitigated
Sherman.
by 1 armor for me. So I take 3 harm and I go to 10 o'clock. I'll take...
A disfigurement.
Yeah, I'll take a disfigurement. Minus hot. Stay at 9 o'clock.
So, okay.
I love how
yeah.
they're just wrecking each other. All right.
So, is that what disfigure... What does broken do? 'Cause I need
It's
to
just
take one
which
of these
stat
as well.
it
Yeah.
knocks down.
What is... Yeah, but that's what I'm asking. What does it do?
A broken is minus 1 sharp.
What's crippled?
Minus 1 hard.
And
I took
shattered?
disfigure for -1 hot.
There is a lot of disfigurement in this campaign so far.
Yeah.
And what's shattered do? -1 weird?
No,
Minus
there's no
1 cool.
minus weird.
That's fucking bullshit. All right, fine.
You only get weirder, Dave.
Yeah.
No one, you don't go the opposite direction.
All right, I guess I have to take the disfigured. I mean,
All right. So, Gaza, you get +3 hex to Sherman.
Mhm.
Does that pump you to 4?
no. Are you
Okay.
kidding me?
All right. Sherman, you need to roll your harm for 2d6 + 3. And Gaza, you need to
Nice
roll
roll.
2d6 + 0.
So,
All right, so Sherman got a 7.
could be a lot worse,
Could be a lot worse.
but probably still pretty bad.
Nothing happens
Yeah,
to Gaza
okay.
as a result of this punch fest. I don't know that I have anything left to take from you.
I know, I have nothing left.
I think you lose your footing.
As I fall out of the plane.
Yeah, he literally... Alright, I want to ask you, Sherman, or Gaza, do you literally just like, BAM! Punch him and like push him off the back of the aircraft and he like flies 15 feet back and falls to like his knees and like rolls a couple times?
So here's what I imagine happened. I punch
Okay.
him so fucking hard he like sees stars, right? And like maybe I don't know, during it dislocated his jaw or something like that. I don't know, some weird
For his
thing.
disfigurement? Sure.
Yeah. And then while he's like going, while he's reeling back, I just fucking grab him by the scruff and just launch him out the back of the jet.
Okay.
And then he just fucking rolls
So
whatever
I just
down there.
want to know from me, like I'm running, and then I like hear, and I like look, and there's like blood instead of Mimi. But what do I see happening like right then in the plane? Like, do I see them driving
watch,
off?
No.
Like-
I mean, they haven't left yet. So
Okay.
what you see is Sherman being thrown out the back of the plane by Gaza. What do you want to do here?
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why you don't hide anything from your party when you're playing a TTRPG. Because when people don't know anything, and then the shit hits the fan, this sort of shit
I
happens.
feel like this is getting a little personal, but otherwise, it's been some pretty good drama.
I know. Look, you blokes
see,
are great.
this-
Like, don't take it any way.
Yeah,
way
we're all
Oh,
away.
no. The
We're all role-playing.
conflict here is that I just hate Gaza's character right now. Like, is what it
okay.
is. It's nothing. It's nothing. There is a literal separation between Dave and Gaza. Sherman hates Gaza, is what it is, and I'm sure it's
Okay.
the same with Dave's character at this
Oh
point.
no, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm enjoying this.
I feel like it's a little personal in character right now, but otherwise, it's a good drama.
Yeah, I think we can all be.
So what are you
perfectly
doing here,
angry at
Henrik?
these characters. I am like still running because I'm pretty sure
Okay.
they're like about to be like, all right, we're taking off, and then they're gonna fly into the nano blender.
That could be a thing. That
And if I
happens.
can't get into this thing and like fire up the Artemis, then they're all just gonna die.
Okay, so you're running inside.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. We'll cut back to that in a second. Liz, so much crazy shit has happened. You've killed Mimi. Sherman has been thrown outside the plane. The
Good
cargo.
times.
I think that the cargo thing is still down, right? Because it's been
Yeah.
going up and down and up and down, like strippers' booties go, as the song says. It's currently down. What are you doing? You know, Hades is out there. It looks like he's moving over towards Sherman. He's just like walking over there.
I look at him and I have no idea who the fuck this guy is. So I'm going to ask him, who the fuck are you?
He says, my apologies, good lady. I'm Hades. I think
That's
he's like
good.
helping Sherman to his feet at this point.
And where the fuck did you come from?
I've been around for a while.
That doesn't answer my question. I advise you answer it.
Can Sherman start making his way to the Artemis now?
Yeah, you can start running.
Yeah. Okay. As fast as my crippled knee can.
Yeah, like
Take
as you're running, Hades like doesn't turn towards you, but you can hear him like say "Good luck." Yeah, wow, this is a weird scene now. Like, I think the camera zooms out and does like an overhead view where we see like Henrik and Sherman running for the space station that's buried in the sand here, and then it like zooms in, and it's literally like Gaza with his rocket fist and Liz with the rocket launcher staring at this guy with absolutely no weapons in a pristine white suit standing at the back of their aircraft, like at the bottom of the ramp. And he's like, oh, well, I would answer your question, but you have to ask in the correct way.
Oh,
Do
I'm
you mind
sorry.
stepping into my office?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know I had to ask in the correct way. I shoot him in the kneecaps.
Okay, you're trying to go hard on him?
Yeah.
Okay, you can't.
I do so anyway.
No, you can't. You literally can't.
What does that mean?
That's one of the moves I can take is you want to go hard on this person, you literally can't. Like, you stare at him, you try to pull the trigger, and the trigger doesn't move. Like, he's just staring at you, and he's just, like, smiling, smugly fucking style. You keep trying to pull the trigger, it doesn't work.
I'm like, listen, mate, we had a deal. All right, you keep those fucking Dumbo motherfuckers out of our hair, and we're out of yours, right?
Absolutely. You can leave anytime you'd like, Mr. Gaza.
I look up at Liz, and I'm just like, well, love, what do you want to do?
Shoot him in the fucking knee, but apparently I can't. I don't know why.
You want to try
I think this
another
gun
gun?
is
You're
best
just going to cycle
answer.
through them?
Yeah, cycling
This gun
through.
is jammed.
Yeah, like, you keep trying to use weapons on him, but nothing works.
Oh, well, fuck him then.
I feel like in true Harlequin style, it's probably like larger and larger guns.
Yep.
Man.
SMG. Nope. Assault rifle. Nope.
Yeah.
Heavy machine gun. Nope. Rocket launcher. Can you turn the gun so I can use the explodo cannon? No? Okay.
You want to use
You like look at. Let me just describe his disfigurement, by the way. He popped like a blood vessel in his eye. So one of his eyes is like constantly red now. So the other one's sort of like clearing up a little bit, but the other one's like completely fucking still bloodshot and really red and raw looking. And there's still blood all over his face. And he looks up and he goes, I don't care at this point, hon. I really don't.
How about we just leave?
I am 100% on board for that. And I look over at, I guess, the KFC man, the Colonel Sanders. And I'm just like, I never really worked out what the 11 herbs and spices were.
Enjoy your trip, Mr. Gaza.
And just wave him off.
Yep.
So, out of curiosity, Arthur, we established very early in the narrative that the screw that got embedded in the back of my head was what is actually attuned to the psychic maelstrom. Is that still in there? For the augury move?
Does augury require using your workspace?
It says something in your workspace gets attuned to the psychic maelstrom.
When your followers, your workspace.
Some component of your workspace or some arrangement of components is uniquely receptive to the world's psychic maelstrom, plus augury. Choose and name it.
All right. We've established this. I will let you use augury.
Okay.
But any consequences to the workspace are going to be felt by... Oh, I don't want to say by the Bilby. Fine. It'll be suffered by your physical body since the screw's in it. We've established people don't want to hurt the Bilby. And I've been pretty good at not hurting the Bilby so far.
Bilby is love. Bilby is life, man. Don't hurt
Bilby
the Bills.
is love.
So yeah, the
Luckily,
consequences...
the Bilby is pretty hard to
anything
hurt
that
anyways.
happens to the augury move will happen directly to your physical body.
Yep.
Just to let you know straight ahead of time.
I'm well aware of this.
Okay.
As I'm running away, I use the augury move.
Okay.
All right.
for it.
I don't suppose Henrik's going to help me out with this.
What are you trying to do with it?
I'm trying to do an augury move. I look at Henrik and I look at the plane and I say to Henrik, "Give me a hand with this."
Yeah, I mean, can I like weirdly help him with that, like by like connecting to his
No, you can
screw or
hex.
something?
You can hex help him with that.
Okay.
You can hex help him
which
via
is
the
+2
maelstrom.
anyways.
You're pathfinding for him. You're laying down some pipe.
It's a partial.
Yeah.
All right, so I get +1 on this, which is now 10.
Excellent.
What are you trying to do?
I am going to insert information into the world's psychic maelstrom. It'll persist for a while without me actively maintaining it, and it reaches deeply into the psychic maelstrom.
What information are you inserting?
Message to Paradise. The serpent survived the missile strike. Send more.
Okay. Yeah. All right. You're just concentrating on it, and you're like, nah, nah, nah. And I think we get like in the bottom corner like 1800s Zulu, Paradise, New Zealand, and there's some guy in like an Anzac military uniform that's like, what's happening? He survived. Fire everything! Fire everything! And he just starts pressing buttons, and everybody in the room is like pressing giant red missile buttons.
Oh god.
And like we see this, like outside, like a submarine surfaces just off of the New Zealand coast and just starts shooting like surface-to-air missiles all over the place. There you go, Sherman. There you go.
And I continue making my way to the Artemis and duck inside the protected confines of the building.
Okay.
So Henrik, here's what happens to you, friend.
Yeah. I'm like just in
This is
front of
going
him,
to
probably.
trigger missile warning, so I'm gonna go after them.
Okay, but the back of the aircraft is closed. And you don't know that it was them. But it finally...
I think Liz meant the missiles that she's going to go after.
You're going to go after the missiles?
Now I feel like killing the
Sherman
people.
and Henrik?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my god, this ramp on the back is so tortured. It's literally like...
I think at this point, someone needs to start making rolls because I think it malfunctioned at this point. There's so many explosions going off.
So, Henrik, as you're reaching into the psychic maelstrom to help aid, you've got an issue here, right? like Hades is there. You're trying to aid Sherman, and like Hades is in your mind.
What about the deal we made with Hades, man? Does that not mean anything to these guys?
You specifically made a deal to just be like, I'm gonna leave, right?
I said, get these guys out of our hair,
Yeah.
and then we'll get out of
Yeah,
yours.
I'm
Yeah.
running. I've been running
You're
away.
there
from
out of the
plane.
hair, and he was like, goodbye. You
Deal
guys can take
concluded.
off and leave.
Yeah, we are both are running in the opposite direction that you guys are facing.
Yes.
Aside from that whole whoop thing he just did.
Yeah, but that was
Well, what'd
Sherman
you
being
expect?
a dick at the last second. He just
Yeah,
really
but
wants-
doesn't this dude, this Hades dude, control all the Maelstrom?
Yes.
So wouldn't he see that?
Yes.
And he chose to do nothing?
You wouldn't know that, but yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
So here's the deal, Henrik. You can try to slow the nanomachines